Hi guys, it's Diana from Dianca Pores and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a geode inspired piece using my rustic gold and a totally different brand of resin. I usually use Pro Marine Supplies, but this time I wanted to use craft resin and see how well it held up. If you want to get yourself some craft resin at the end of this video, you can check the link below and in the description box below and get 10% off your order. Alright, let's get started. Oh, I'm also going to come back here to say thank you for all the love on my last video. It was the very first voiceover tutorial that I have ever done, and it seems like people really seem to enjoy it. This time, I'll use a better mic so you can hear me better, and now let's get started. Starting off, I have my two parts, the hardener and the resin, and so I already have the resin in a clear cup in the background, and so now I'm just putting the hardener and mixing it into my batch. You can see I already primed my board. I used gesso and I laid down my crystals. They're not glued down or anything, they're just sitting there for now. I will secure them with resin later on. I want to quickly show you a malachite slab so you can see how and what I'm modeling the green parts after. So here you can see that throughout the whole slab is the same color green, but just different tones of that green. Some areas are lighter and some areas are darker, so I'm trying to recreate that in certain parts of my painting. I start by outlining my crystals with some dark green, and I'll come back later with lighter green. One thing I noticed with this resin right away is that it's super easy to control. You can see that the color green doesn't really turn into a big blob. It kind of holds its shape, which is really super beneficial when doing geode work. Now I'm coming in with the same tone of green. All I did was I used the same exact cup. I had leftover green, dark green in that cup. And all I did was put clear resin in that same cup, which lightened up the color, and we're keeping that same color green, which is super important. I grabbed my light green cup, I darkened it up again by putting in some black, and I created these lines through the light green to add some detail. I'll show you the malachite slab again so you can see exactly what I'm trying to make it look like. What I'm doing right now is I'm coming in with some clear resin so I can add in some sand for some texture. So a little while ago we were getting rid of a crystal chandelier, and I took the crystals and I crushed them. So what I'm doing is I'm taking those fine crystals and I'm outlining the sand with them. Now I'm venturing away a little bit from that malachite look. I wanted that green to look like it, but now I'm adding my own twist to it by adding white and some other colors. I'm currently using Lorez Angel White Pigment Paste, and now I'm coming in with Arteza's Mica Powder in the color Sage glow and outlining that crystal frame, coming in with my antique gold. It's in a syringe so I can have a little bit more precision. And I'm just going in with these colors to create some shape and form. Now I'm using a heat gun to pop any bubbles. For this kind of painting in particular, when you don't want the resin to move, I recommend using a blowtorch, but I didn't have one at hand, so this is what I used. I'm adding in more crystals to make this area a little bit more full, and then I'm covering and securing it with some clear resin, which you could have done at any stage during the painting, but I just decided to do it at the end. I'm using green glitter from Arteza, which I mixed into some clear resin and I put into a syringe. And what I'm doing right now is I'm outlining a lot of the colors that I had previously poured. The reason behind that is some areas look a little bit messy where the two colors join, and so the purpose of the glitter is to cover that up and to create a much more clean look. What I have in the cup is my antique gold mixed with Pinata alcohol ink in the color Rich Gold, and I'm taking a paintbrush to outline these glitter lines. I decided I want to do some outline work with green as well, so I took my green ink, put in some acrylic black, and made a little mixture that I use to outline glitter lines like this one. Anyone else get super carried away and not realize what they're doing like I am right now? I am using my mouth as a second hand and just in major focus mode. Craft Smart pens from Michaels are my favorite thing in the whole entire world. I'm just doing some extra gold lines using these markers, and they're just great. I highly recommend investing in them. I'm adding in some quartz crystal points and gluing it down with a hot glue gun. It is now time for a flood coat with clear resin. Make sure you have enough to completely flood the painting so the glitter lines don't pop through that flood coat, so everything is evenly submerged underneath. Now that the flood coat has dried, I'm coming back with that Craftsmart marker and I'm drawing along the gold lines that I had before. What happened was that flood coat completely removed the shine and beauty of those markers, so I am putting them back and it looks even better than before because they're raised because of the flood coat, so it's like a 3D effect that's going on.